Chapter 8. Everybody's whispering about Harry. Everybody wants to look at Harry. Some people even follow Harry. Harry doesn't like it. It's really difficult for Harry to find his classes. People in the pictures are moving. Some doors do not open if you don't touch the right places, and ghosts are not really helpful. Only Nearly Headless Nick helps the students. Also, Harry and Ron don't like Argus Filch. He's the caretaker of Hogwarts. Harry doesn't know why, but Filch is always angry. Filch has a cat, and its name is Mrs. Norris. If you do something wrong in front of his cat, Filch quickly knows it. The cat is his spy. Classes are interesting but difficult. They study herbology, and Professor Sprout teach it. The most boring class is History of Magic. Professor Beans is a ghost and he teaches it. Professor McGonagall teaches Transfiguration. She is a hard teacher. When she enters the class, all students become silent. Transfiguration is the most complex and dangerous class in Hogwarts, says Professor McGonagall. I warn you, if you cause any trouble, you will leave my class and won't come back. After she says it, she turns her desk into a pig and everyone is surprised. But it's too difficult for them now, and they will do it after many, many years. Today, they try to turn the match into a needle. Almost all students can't do it. Only Hermione Granger turns her match into something like a needle. Everybody's waiting for Defense Against the Dark Arts lesson. But when Professor Quirrell starts teaching, they realize it's not really interesting. His class smells of garlic because he's afraid of vampires. Harry realizes that most of the students are not better than him, and he's happy. A lot of his students come from Muggle families, and they are like Harry. It's Friday. When his students are having breakfast, Harry asks Ron, "What lessons do we have today?" "We will study potions with the Slytherins," says Ron. Snape is head of Slytherin House. Students say that Snape always helps Slytherins. "Professor McGonagall doesn't help us," says Harry. Professor McGonagall is head of Gryffindor, but she's always hard on them. When Ron and Harry are talking about Professor McGonagall, mails arrive. I will bring students their mails. Harry didn't receive any mails before, but today he receives one. "Dear Harry, I know that you have some free time today. Can you visit me at 3 o'clock today? I want to hear about your first week at Hogwarts. Hagrid." Harry writes yes on the letter, and Hedwig, Harry's owl, flies away with this letter. When Harry saw Professor Snape for the first time, Harry thought that Snape disliked Harry. But after Harry has first potions lesson, he realizes that he was wrong. Snape doesn't dislike Harry. Snape hates Harry. At the beginning of the lesson, Snape is checking all students' names. When he sees Harry Potter, he says, "Harry Potter, our new star student." Malfoy and his friends all laugh. Snape starts asking Harry many questions about potions, and Harry couldn't answer any questions. On the other hand, Hermione wants to answer all the questions, but Snape doesn't let Hermione answer. "You're famous, but I guess it doesn't mean you're smart," says Professor Snape. Then Snape takes a point off Gryffindor because Harry couldn't answer the questions. When all students are trying to make a potion, Neville does something wrong, and his potion burns his clothes. "Potter, why didn't you tell Neville that he was doing something wrong?" says Snape. "1 point off Gryffindor." When Harry and Ron are walking upstairs after the lesson, Harry is really unhappy. Gryffindor just lost 2 points because of Harry. "Don't worry," says Ron. "Snape always takes points off Gryffindor because of George and Fred, but no one is angry at them. Can I go and meet Hagrid with you?" Hagrid lives in a small house near the forest. When Harry and Ron knock on his door, a dog barks inside. "Back, Fang," says Hagrid inside the house. When they go inside, Hagrid lets his dog go, and his dog starts licking Ron's face. "This is wrong," says Harry to Hagrid. "Another Weasley, eh?" says Hagrid. "I always try to chase away your twin brothers from the forest. I think I wasted half of my life because of that. When they tell Hagrid about Filch, Hagrid agrees with them and says he also doesn't like Filch. Harry and Ron are happy to hear that. Then Harry tells Hagrid about Professor Snape. I think he hates me, says Harry. Nonsense, says Hagrid. Why does he hate you? Can you tell me? He doesn't know why, but he thinks that Snape definitely hates him. How's your brother, Charlie? Asks Hagrid. I liked him a lot. He was really good with animals. When Ron is telling Hagrid about Charlie, Harry sees a newspaper. There is a news on the newspaper about Gringotts. Someone tried to rob Gringotts, but the robber didn't take anything. Ron told him about it on the train, but he didn't tell me about the date. Harry sees the date, and it happened on his birthday. Hagrid, says Harry, someone tried to rob Gringotts on my birthday. It probably happened when we were there. Now Hagrid doesn't look at Harry's eyes because he doesn't want to answer his question. Harry reads the news again. When the thief tried to rob one safe, that safe was empty. The news says that someone already took something out of that safe that day. Harry remembers that Hagrid took something out of the safe 713. He said that it was really important business. Did the thief try to rob the safe 713? When Ron and Harry are walking back, Harry thinks about the Gringotts. Was the thief trying to take the package in the safe 713?